What's up guys, Lifting here. So in this video I'm going to show you how it looks when you put on a Blade Flurry skill at level 28 with just some mediocre leveling gear, so you guys can get a realistic expectation of how the skill performs without, you know, putting on insane GG gear from the beginning. A lot of people did that just when the skill was released, and I think that may have skewed our idea of how strong the skill is. It's probably very strong, and maybe it needs a nerf, but really when you watch this video you'll probably see that at least when leveling and not having insane gear, it's alright, it deals okay damage, but it's not insane. In a few days I will show you the skill once I've put on some really good gear with the build I am playing, and also I think I'm gonna release a video for some endgame content when you use it with budget gear as well. But check this out, thank you for watching, and bros, do you even nerd? Alright, so I got the character to level 28. That is when we can start using Blade Flurry, and it is a quest reward from Maramoa after killing Gravicious. So we're going to pick it up. This is the first time I'm going to try and use it. Blade Flurry, and we can see that it has a mana cost of 4, and I believe it actually remains at 4 even at max level or something like that. Or at least something close to. 55% of base damage, 65% more attack speed, and 20% more damage for each stage, and it has a max stage of 6. So let's try out the skill just without anything right now. We'll go to the city of Sarn here, level 23 zone, so a bit lower level than what we are. The only thing I'm using right now is Lakishu's blade. It is a nice leveling weapon, but it's in no way in any OP gear. So I'm gonna put it into this. I also have a worms for this, and I want to link it with faster attacks and melee physical damage. But let's try it without anything first here. No links with the Lakishu's blade. And area of effect seems to make sense. Oh, and it works so that we can hold this down, it charges up, and then once we release, it deals extra damage. The question is how close you have to be. These got hit by the release. You can see that. Let's try going up here. And this is going to be a release now. It actually hit them down there. And it seems to deal a nice amount of damage. That's when the shadows return to you. And the skill tree real quick. Let me show you what we're at. I've just picked up some chaos damage. Will of Blades. Headed into Fangs of the Viper. I picked up a bit of fist damage up here, and I have a bit of area of effect up here, but that's about it for now. So, if we try to add faster attacks to this, how many attacks per second do we have? Our attack time is 0.23, and if we look at the skill here, we have 4.31 attacks per second. Without it, we have 3.34. So let's see how this feels. Yeah, just the increased attack speed here makes it feel. Let's see, how fast do we charge up to 6? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I guess when you, like, optimally, when you're clearing around, you want to use it kind of like a flame blast. You want to charge it up to 6, boom, release. 1, 2, 3, 6, boom. Oh shit, what I should do, what I've done wrong here, guys. I've been running around with my Elrian jewelry. So I guess maybe we can use this mistake as a type of indication of this is probably gonna be nice if you want to run around leveling with it. Because Elrian jewelry right now, I have -7 here and -8 on this. It now has a mana cost of 6. It seems manageable though. It seems manageable. So Elrian jewelry, maybe use that when leveling if you want to. I mean, the damage by this is not terrible. You can level with this. It's not blade watching speed though, but then again. Alright, so I've just added Warlord's Mark and Blasphemy support. This will be my form of leeching and sustaining the skill and generating power charges. And just to let you show, or to show you, it actually does sustain it fairly easy with just this. I'm not using any Elrian jewelry right now, and this by itself can sustain it. Yeah, so pretty nice. This is what I'll be using for our endgame as well, together with vulnerability and of course discipline. Let's try killing Comb. We're using Hatred now as well. and damage is currently 212. Let's see how this goes. I'm gonna charge it up. And release. Release. Alright, we're still using the Lakishu swords. It doesn't, you know, level as fast as with the Blade Vortex in this situation, but pretty solid. Pretty solid right now for a level, what level is the weapon? Level 28 weapon. It's alright. Alright guys, so we're gonna try changing over to Might Flay now. We're gonna go over to daggers. So instead of Lakishus, which is significantly faster, we're going over to Might Flay, which is a 1.2 attack weapon. It has more damage, so right now we are 214. And I'll do it like this. This gives us 284, but it should make it significantly slower. Yeah, look at the charge time, much slower. The damage is better though, and it also means that I can start picking up dagger nodes. I'll start with Night Stalker here, and then head into Flaying and Adder's Touch. Alright, end of Act 1. We're gonna go in and test out how Blade Flurry is at its current level, which is level 4, against Malachi. And I'm running Hatred right now, Warlord's Mark, so we have some Leech. And I have switched over to the Might Flay. So with Might Flay, it's now significantly slower, and you really feel the downside of that. So you want a much faster weapon. But the damage of Might Flay is pretty good. And it stacks with the dagger nodes, which I've started to pick up. So we'll see how it does against that right now, to get a realistic idea of how the skill works at low level constants. If this takes forever, I'm just gonna fast forward it, but we'll see. Start charging up. We'll try to release every time at 6. Damage is pretty good, right? Definitely doesn't feel like a problem. The Leech works alright. Let's not get hit by that. And the area of effect is actually pretty good as well for the explosion. I can hit him pretty far away. And I'm not using any area of effect support gem, anything like that. I only have the area of effect nodes up by the Witch. And the nice thing about that is that it actually seems to work pretty well together with the Warlord's Mark. It doesn't go too far out. The range is pretty good. Alright, next here. So that was pretty easy, right? Not that it isn't supposed to in normal, but still. There's definitely skills that has a much harder time with this. Heart of the Beast, we got it down. And he should change now. Like the Leech is pretty awesome when we release it near the end. That big hit is very effective for the Leech. It counts as one, I guess. One large hit instead of multiple small ones just being released at the same time. And this should be enough. Yeah. Release that a bit too slow. And once we got Poison up and running with this, those big hits near the end is going to be super sweet and refreshing it with these small ones. And there we go. So this is how it is on normal. Not too bad. Leveling it feels pretty easy, very efficient. Not as fast as Blade Vortex. But feels pretty good so far. So as you guys can see right now, it's kind of suffering from low attack speed from the Might Flay. Means we can't really make good use of the release of it. The damage is alright, so I don't need to fully charge it every time. But this is a very good example of a skill that really needs that attack speed for you to make the best out of it. Attack speed is going to be the #1 priority of stats for this, except for, of course, the physical damage for it to scale. I'm running poison right now, and poison seems to be working very well with it, even with just a few damage nodes. And I'm using a tabula, but I haven't wanted to put in more gems because I want kind of a realistic leveling experience of it, as I mentioned earlier. So right now we're just using a 4-link. I'll try adding in more later. I also tried increased area of effect. And it's nice because it not only increases the area of where they hit, but also the area or how far away you can cast it from. So it's pretty solid in that regard, but it's not something that makes or breaks it at this point in time. For map clearing, you'll probably be able to see a nice difference, but for just running around like this right now, not too much of a difference. Alright guys, we're at level 62 right now, and I've gotten my 4th ascendancy point. And as you guys can see, we're generating power charges pretty fast. The damage is alright. We're in a 67 zone, as you guys know. And my crit chance right now with the power charges is, well, pretty much 65%. And feels pretty good. And I'm playing with screen shake, yes. Because that's what real men do. So far so good, and what I'm gonna do now is that I'm gonna equip my my dagger I have bought. It's gonna be a very nice dagger. It has a lot of attack speed, and I'm gonna go in and grab it now so you guys can see the difference. Whoa, that got close. So let me check. Blade Flurry, and we have it here. So this is basically a 300 DPS dagger, and 1.77 attacks per second. Compared to this one here. So DPS right now is 674. You can't use the tooltip for anything, it sucks. But still, we got 200 DPS increase here. So let's try using that now. It's very fast attacking. Attack speed is sweet. Reach those 6 very fast. Yeah, this feels good. And what's the crit chance with this? Because it has 6.6 this. So it should be... Where it's still at 65. I thought the other one apparently had that as well. Oh yeah, it had. I thought it was 0.6 lower. But still. And the dagger can definitely get better, but the damage by itself is pretty good. This is when the build... You start to feel that it takes off now. And especially when you add that increased area of effect to it. It greatly increases the reach of the attacks. So not only the radius around... the actual impact.